Okay, you're recording it then? Okay. I was raised in a Christian home. Since I was 9 years old was when I first accepted Christ into my life. Even though I stated that I was a Christian and, everybody knew that I was, my behavior and actions did not line up with my words. I was very self-serving, only cared about myself. I was a very selfish young girl, especially in high school. And even though my friends may have known that I was this Christian, a lot of my behaviors did not showcase that as well. After high school, at the age of 19, I was able to move out and I commuted to Bowling Green for college. During this time, I started hanging around the wrong group of friends. I became involved with a boy that was the exact opposite of who I ever anticipated being with. He introduced me to a lot of things that I said I would never do. Underage drinking, drugs, and sexual activity that I really wanted to wait until I got married to do. From that, my life kind of spiraled downward from there, and it was about 2 years that I spent in that type of lifestyle. After that, when I decided that I needed to kind of get out of being in that type of life, I was introduced to another boy who was a brand new Christian. And that should have been a red flag for me not to get involved, but because he was cute and said he was a Christian, I assumed that everything was going to be great. However, things weren't great in that relationship, and we did end up talking about, getting married, and I really did think I was going to get married to this guy, but he broke up with me, and from that, I was very crushed and heartbroken, and I didn't really know where to turn to, other than remembering, hey, I can turn towards Christ to help me through this. It was at that time where I felt I was at a very low point in my life, so I, leaned on God to help me through it. I started reading more the Bible as well as other books. One book that stood out to me the most was by Francis Chan called Crazy Love, and it made me recognize that I was what he described as a lukewarm Christian. Like I said, I was self-serving. I only cared about me. But I wanted to live radically for Christ, as he described. I wanted to be a new person, and therefore I rededicated my life to him. I got rebaptized, and from that moment on, I wanted to live my life fully for God. I also read another book by Dana Gresh called And the Bride Wore White. That was a great book for me to learn on how to prepare myself to be a wife for my future spouse someday. And it also showed me that even though I may have made some mistakes in the past with boys sexually, that, through God's grace, that I was able to regain my purity through him. I was friends with Joe at this time. He helped me see what God has planned for a woman. He was a great man of God. He helped me learn more about the Bible. He prayed with me. He was just a really strong spiritual man. Joe and I grew in our friendship first, and then went into dating, and then led to our marriage. My name is MarLana, and this is a glimpse into my story.